Subs, wait! Before you click off this video, if you have not voted already, please answer the following question for the future of BattleBots Reborn and Robot Wars Reborn. Do you want the series to switch to DSL? Yes or no? If you've voted already, thank you for voting. If you feel like changing your vote after today's episode, after we look at some important comments from you guys, feel free to do so. That's still on the table. I'm only extending it because after the last bi-weekly, we got up to just over 50 votes, which is a lot better than a month ago. But I'm ambitious. We have about 400 subs, and that's like, what, 12%? I want to see a little bit more, so we're going to see how many more we can get to vote. So go ahead and vote. Stick around for this, where we talk about more stuff. Check out the other two bi-weeklies where we talk about things regarding DSL. And now we can get into the video. So, hello everybody. Welcome to another bi-weekly. As I've already mentioned, we're talking about DSL stuff, but a couple other small matters we're going to get to first. First up, what got done in the last 2 weeks. The Cup, let's wrap it up real quick. It ended last Monday with the 7th episode. If you haven't seen it, then I won't leave a spoiler of who won, so go ahead and check that out. I had so much fun with the Cup. It was great seeing you guys comment before on Reddit if you were talking about fight predictions, and seeing all the comments afterwards. Wow, I couldn't believe that result happened. It was fun. There were some shocking results. There were a couple questionable judges' decisions, I believe. There was definitely one in the last episode that a couple of you weren't convinced about, which I'm fine with that. I know we're not all going to agree on the same thing, but I still had a lot of fun. I can't wait for the next one. Speaking of the next one, the plan is to do it after BattleBots Reborn episode 40. So we've got 10 episodes to go, and we're not going to have a BattleBots Reborn episode this Thursday. I'm going to replace it with this last Cup video. So March 14th will be when BattleBots Reborn episode 40 is going to appear. I've already mapped out all the dates, and what we're going to do is, that's the cutoff for Season 2. Then that next Thursday slot, there will not be episode 41, it's going to be the bracket draw. So all bots from the first 40 episodes are going to be in any crossover bots that I put in Robot Wars Reborn. So Razor, Mortis, Panic Attack, I don't know if there's going to be any others. They're also going to be in BattleBots Reborn Cup Season 2. If I get all of the bots in right now that I have made, it's going to be 41, and there's still many slots open. And then the other big decision we'll have to make is, are we doing all 4 weight classes this year? Definitely doing heavyweights, of course. Lightweights, middleweights, super heavyweights, there's still not a lot in all of those weight classes. We might get lucky to get 16 in all of them, so it might not be that interesting, and if you guys want to hold off, that's fine. We can keep it just to the heavyweights, because honestly, it might be easier to keep track of one bracket as compared to 4. We can get into more fine details regarding Season 2 of the Cup when it comes around. Right now, we've got plenty of time. Don't worry about making any decisions. What we are going to be working on is the DSL decision. The reason I'm pushing back at the results is twofold. So obviously the first one is that we only have like 12% of the subscribers that have voted, and I want to see how high we can get that number. Second thing is, on the second bi-weekly that I talked about it, you guys had a lot of good comments regarding what to do, and I want to address those, give a little bit of attention to them, so that we can figure out a good solution right now. 111111 Hakar, his comment. As someone who knows jack shit about Robot Arena 2, my opinion on what is better will most likely be terrible. Hey, all opinions count. But I feel that with DSL, there are already many recreations of basically everything. So with the stock, we get to see something different. That said, the lack of part diversity in stock also will lead to a lot of very similar designs. Okay, so this is one that many different people have brought up. He's not the only one, but basically, DSL and BattleBots recreations have been done for a while. I know there's stuff on Game Tech mods with at least the Robot Wars bots where they were created as a DSL edition for a Series 8 tournament. A lot of recreations like that already exist. And then the other thing with DSL is that when you put in those AI bots, there are versions of all real-life bots, pretty much. I know there's a Nightmare, there's a Mechavore, there's a Nitros and a Waiachi, stuff like that. That is one reason I always started with stock, is because I knew there was other stuff DSL-related out there. And there's actually, I think, a few of you guys that play in DSL and make your own bots in DSL. For example, I'm pretty sure it's Pro Noob Gaming. I think you had a Tombstone recreation on your channel that I noticed. That's one thing I thought of with this whole thing, is that there aren't really stock recreations of bots. There's DSL ones though. Next comment, K3NZI3. The simple comment of, you have more options to build and it'll take less time. Fair enough. We know that DSL has a lot better parts, and this is a positive for DSL, and because of stock's limitation of parts, you might see the same thing repeating. For example, drum bots. With drum spinners, I always do the same thing where it's motor, the disc extender, square extenders, and that same spike. I'm working on trying to do something different with that. I've actually just made a bot that has a slight variation on it. Still a drum bot. You'll see him probably in episode 35 of BattleBots Reborn. Ghost of VCA. Why not build 2 versions per robot? One with stock and one with DSL. I realize that would take more time, but you can do both versions of the bot in one episode. Now this ain't bad. The one thing I would change from his comment is that I would still do 2 bots an episode, but maybe allot a little bit of time to show the DSL one off secondary to stock. So bring out the stock one, here he is, let's show him some fights, and then just at the end show the DSL recreate. That's not a bad idea, and this is a good comment because everyone's going to be happy because we're still going to do both stock and DSL. So I like this one. Let me know what you think about this one. R543 Blitz Sonic talked about how he wouldn't recommend a direct switch over from stock to DSL. Instead, do a mini-series mostly aiming to try out all kinds of different designs to make sure that those will work. I stumbled on the last word, I'm leaving that in though. Damn it. But bang, this is a beautiful comment, and this is one I'm going to act on. So, I'm going to go ahead and get DSL 2.2, and we're going to take, let's go 10 bots from BattleBots Reborn. The worst designed robots, my votes would be like, Backlash, Bronco would be the 2 to start, maybe Tazbot. We'll take 10 bots and make a 5-episode mini-series of recreated bots in DSL. We're going to call it BattleBots Reborn Rebuilt. 5 episodes as a test to see if you guys like DSL. That one I'm not going to wait for the votes on. I'm going to try and start that as soon as I can. So that'll be one of the projects I start working on perhaps this weekend. I mentioned Pro New Gaming earlier. We're going to see how undecided he is with which one to do. DSL does have its moments, and a great item selection. It's easier to build bots, it's more stable, so no crashes, but making good bots in regular unmodded Robot Arena 2 is an art. Thank you Pro New Gaming for saying this, because it really is an art. Doing everything in vanilla stock is difficult as fuck with certain bots, and you're going to see a very difficult bot in BattleBots 34 that, it didn't come out the best, but it shows how much of a challenge and how fun it can be and how unique the designs can be when you have this limited amount. You really have to expand your creativity. It's awesome. He also volunteered to make some bots for me, so thank you very much for all your assistance. I've gotten all your emails, I've downloaded your versions of the bots. Don't worry, they'll start appearing soon. I've gotten a few emails actually from multiple people sending in bots that you've made for me. I appreciate that because it makes my job a little bit easier when I go to make new videos. The next comment, Mecha Goji 74. In my opinion, I do not think the problem is DSL or stock, it's the effectiveness, or lack thereof, of some of the components. Here's my suggestion, use these 2 mods instead. Alphalism's parts set and burst motor set. Okay, let's talk about this one a little bit. It's not stock, and it's not DSL, it's kind of middle ground, where we just kind of add something into stock, a little bit of a boost, if you will. So this would be good for the series because if I need to update a certain bot with better parts, then this thing is here. Okay, I'm going to use this part for complete control. Maybe he's going to be a better lifter. So it's still mainly stock with a little bit of steroids, and then I'm not fully converting to DSL to where I'm going to have to spend so much time converting bots over and all of that. So let me know if you guys want to see this add-in, this Alphalisms. I've never heard of it. Let me know if you want to see it. Final comment we're going to talk about from Thread of Length. The thing with DSL is that a lot of bots you would recreate already in the game. Mentioned this already. I'd say stick with stock, but I'd be okay with DSL because of I don't know why I included this comment in here, because it kind of said the same thing as the other thing. I guess let's just kind of reiterate that point then, that a lot of other people do have DSL recreations, so maybe we should just stick with stock. I mean, you can see I'm leaning towards stock. I prefer stock. It's easier for me just to keep things the way they are, but I want to please everybody. I want to have some DSL for the people that want to see DSL, so that's why we're going to do this mini-series, BattleBots Reborn Rebuilt. I'll go work on a thumbnail because I don't have that ready yet, and let me know all the bots you want to see for that series. Bronco is definitely going to be in there. That's like, he's going to be first episode for sure. And you let me know other suggestions. So what I'm going to do for this is I'm going to create a straw poll with many different ideas, all these comments ideas. So I'll see how many options there are. Whatever the straw poll is, link in the description. Go ahead, have your vote. We'll keep it open for who knows how long, probably at least 2 weeks till the next bi-weekly, because I want to make sure, this is a big decision for the channel. I want to make sure we get it absolutely right. I want to make sure we have every nook and cranny thought out perfectly so that everybody's happy. We get to see stock, we get to see DSL, we get to have good tournaments, it doesn't stress me out too much, all that good stuff. Anyways, I've been recording for about 14 minutes. This is going to be the longest bi-weekly ever. If you've stuck around to this point, thank you very much. I appreciate that you've processed all this information I've thrown at you, because it was quite a lot. You need to rewatch the video again. I'm sorry this isn't more interesting for you, but the comments are really good. You guys have been very helpful with all of the information you've provided for stock, for DSL, for different options I didn't even know existed, like the alpha was a thing. We're going to take our time with this decision. We're going to start implementing some DSL in the near future. I don't know when I'll post it, but we'll figure it out. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys Thursday in the next video. Have a good one.
From Bournemouth, Razor.
Introducing Warhead!
The box is locked, the lights are on, it's robot fighting time!